live, solo.to/cannabis closet 420. We're live on Facebook, we're live on Twitch, and we're live on YouTube right now. We're going to talk more about that maybe a little bit on the show since the subject's been brought up. And yeah, it was great hanging out with y'all. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Definitely check us out on Discord if you don't already, or come back to Discord, maybe. And that's in that solo link as well. So we'll see you on the show. Thanks for hanging out. Come, roll up, show up.
Intro.
Okay.
The Cannabis Closet.
What's up, y'all?
With Canna Queen and MJ.
What's up, y'all? Here is the disclaimer. Listen.
Morgan.
You're about to get highly educated with the Cannabis Closet podcast with Canna Queen and MJ. I'm Canna Queen. That's MJ. This is an adult content show with no limitations on subject, language, or actions. Opinions, views, and expressions may or may not be that of our hosts, our guests, and their subsidiaries. Please note that we are not medical physicians, nor are we attorneys, and any information shared is based solely on our personal research and knowledge. Thanks for rolling up and showing up, and we hope you enjoy today's show. What's up, Morgan? It's been a minute. We've missed you so much. Definitely we're working on rebuilding the Discord community. So if you're within earshot, what's up, Jen?
Jen?
Check out our Discord, solo.to/Cannabis Closet 420 is where you can find all of our links to follow us and find out what's going on. What's up, Kelly?
Kelly.
Yeah. Yay, I'm glad. What's up next? So yeah, we've been meeting new people in Denver and expanding our closet reach. We're working on, we actually had a meeting today about getting out of the studios, if you will, and be more in person and do some more in-person interviews. So we're working on that as well. We brought somebody onto our team. She's helping us out for basically pennies. But she's helping us out, and she's got a lot of great connections and great ideas. And shout out to Maria. We love her very much. And yeah, so that's one of the ideas.
Positive light, keeping it real, keeping it positive.
Yeah, that was one of our ideas anyway. We want to get out of the studio. We want to get on the road. We want to get to other states and talk to people about what's going on in the cannabis space in their neck of the woods. But I mean, realistically, she was not wrong. We do need to maybe get out in Denver a little bit more and do these things as well. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to work on that. Yeah, it was great. If y'all can't tell, I'm just going to tell you, I am feeling like a trash can, like a big old dumpster fire right now.
That sucks. That sucks. I mean, I had a headache the other day, but nothing like your whole body feeling like you want to just curl into a ball and not be on camera.
I'm going to bed after this. Normally I would jump on the Discord actually after the show. We've been doing that, jumping on the Discord and hanging out. And if you guys want to do that, I welcome you to do it. Please go and hang out. Everybody's really dope and cool. But today I think I'm going to go lay down. I canceled a friend appointment today. I was like, let's rain check. My head's been hurting literally like all day, all morning before my alarm went off. I have not been sick at all in 3 years. Like maybe like an allergy attack here and there, but like not like sick like this.
Not even. I mean, I think during 2020, I feel like I got some what do you call them, pseudo symptoms, like where everyone's sick. I was like, am I sick? But I was working from home, so it didn't matter, in that sense. Yep. So
yeah. Welcome to all of the newer faces in here. We appreciate y'all coming, rolling up, and showing up. It is a little after 4:20 on the Mountain Standard Time in the mountains, but let's light them up.
Morgan, we are rolling around. We want to plan a summer trip around and so Minnesota. I'll put it on the
Yeah, they are
list.
about to legalize, and I would like to get out there and talk to some of maybe their normal representatives or people that are on the ground, like in at the Capitol, having the conversations. I'd love to speak to them about it. And also, Jen did send us some names today, one or two, of people we might want to interview that are out in Missouri right now too. So.
Nice.
Yeah, she's got some, yeah, she's been dying to get us out to Casey. You know, we're going to be out in Missouri at the end of April for sure. We're going to be in St. Louis to see Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, and Ludacris. But maybe we'll have a few extra days and we can come through KC and hit some things, do some things.
Yeah, we'll plan it out. Well, we have high hopes. So we started conversations about, how we can build sponsorships and advertisements and, getting more,
Yeah, we're
capability to
looking.
do so.
Yeah, we're looking for sponsorship, and we have some sponsorship goals. When we do travel, we'll need that either the funds or the accommodations. So either one works, and we can work out some of those details. If you know anybody that would be interested in sponsoring a traveling podcast, then
Helping build out our scamp so we can have a mobile studio.
Yeah, we want to do that. Although I think I would just hire somebody to do that, but you're free to get your hands dirty about it.
No, funds to pay someone else
Yeah.
to do some things. Yeah, funds so that we
Yep.
got the design. I got the idea, but
Appreciate
need
that.
someone to do the work. So
Yeah, for sure. So y'all, we do a lot of this kind of banter on our Discord as well when we're in there. So we always make an effort, especially at the beginning of the year, to be more diligent in there, and we're going to stick to it. So we're building the community. We have a bunch of new members, and they're amazing, dope individuals. So I can't wait for you to get to know them. Hit us up on that. We were just talking on my live about we did the trigger warning. So here we go. We were just talking on my Instagram live about periods, about uteruses,
about the fun stuff,
of being
extra
a woman.
Taxes. Yeah, the extra.
Yeah,
like tax. Did y'all know that? Does everyone know that there is a feminine tax on our products?
Not only do we get paid less for doing the same job, but then we have to take our less paycheck and pay an extra tax on products that we absolutely have to have. And all of our stuff costs more because it's pink. Like our razors cost more. Even pens, even big pens that are like their advertising is more towards the women's demographic. Those cost more money because they're so prettier.
Right. Is it because women are drawn to it, will buy it, will pay a different price to have something more feminine, more unique? Like,
yeah, I think that it's the appeal of having something different, and then just being like, well, if you want something different, then you're going to have to pay more for it, even though it does the same function and it costs us the same amount to produce. So yeah, it's such garbage to prey on women that way. Stop it. And also stop buying pink pens. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, they work the same. Just and I think also we didn't know it we didn't realize it for a long time that was happening.
Didn't know it still. Yeah. And what do we do? What are we going to do? So we're talking about the Thinks lawsuit. And so this is an alternative to buying feminine products that, you have to insert into your body, which can cause death. So for those out there that don't know, Thinks is a line of panties, underwear for menstruating women, and it's supposed to give you an option to free bleed. if you don't know what free bleeding is, it is exactly that.
If you wear a pad, you free bleed, like
yes, you
literally. It's
are
just you're
not
putting
sticking.
something.
Yeah, you're not sticking something inside your body to catch that to prevent,
Mhm.
flow.
We've
So,
lost the men.
well, I hope not. I hope that they would like to educate themselves if they're not already to, because if you are
What's up,
a
little body
lover of
cousin?
women, if you are a lover of women, then you
And
are
I know
going to deal
y'all
with
are.
this. And so,
So yeah.
but it's kind of a bullshit lawsuit, and in terms of like what they're giving back, or acknowledging that they're not really acknowledging the issue,
At
and they're
all.
just throwing pennies at the issue. So
Love you too, girl.
love you,
So
Morgan. Thank you.
they had to pay a $5 million settlement, which what? $5 million, and you didn't do nothing wrong? So the lawsuit says that basically their products, what are they called? PFAs, are the forever chemicals, and they are the reason why we don't want to use things that we have to insert into our body. Those things are dangerous. They can cause cancers, and they're found in a lot of products actually. But as it turns out, there's like a healthy level, which is like 0.0004 to 0.002, like small minuscule amounts. According to the lawsuit from independent testers, their two test pairs tested at 3,000, over 3,000 particles in one pair and over 2,000 particles in another. Those are dangerous levels. There's not enough evidence to show that those forever chemicals don't leach into your skin from contact. So constant wear would be a reason why that might happen. See, exactly. So this is, to me, this is like a safe option, right? And so then I find out that this happened, that they have these high levels of these forever chemicals, and they're saying that they're denying the claims, but they're also paying $5 million.
I mean, are they going to be doing their own test? Is there going to be more
That's what I
testing
was thinking. I
done?
was
Are
like,
they going to move forward with the guarantee that this isn't going to happen, and here's the proof? Like, what
yeah,
next?
that's what I was thinking. Like, if you say that this is not true, then why wouldn't you also then get an independent tester to another that of your choice to say these are the results that we got, right?
Yeah.
And then the worst part about it all, the worst part about it all is that they're offering, you can as a woman who's used Thinx underwear, go to their website and file for compensation. They're offering $7 a pair for up to 3 pairs, so $21. These panties cost upwards 60, 50, 60 plus dollars.
Yeah, I mean, the lowest
So
I've seen, I think I got a Target pair, and you know how things are different.
yeah,
For 30.
right. But this brand in particular is the brand being targeted. I imagine that women are going to then have to look at what's that, Nate? Okay. Women are going to have to look at you know their option of brand and make sure that they're safe. I think that's going to have to be like a requirement now, that they have to prove their testing, which why wouldn't you want to do that, to let women
Right.
know that the product that is being made by women is going to keep them safe, and that because this is one of the or is supposed to be one of the healthiest ways to
Yeah.
handle your menstruation.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that no, not so much.
Not so
And then they
much.
don't even want to they don't even actually want to compensate anybody for it.
And yeah,
$7.
that's $7.
Women
Or
have spent,
not even like, okay, a coupon code for
I think,
when
I
we
think
roll
also,
out our new underwear that are guaranteed to be safe. Yeah.
would you ever trust them again? And
Do
also,
you? Yeah.
I think that they're also requiring receipts, which these claims go back to 2016. So, like, what? No, what? So much has happened since 2016.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's keeping those? Definitely not receipted. Um,
Easy.
I labeled that part under why is Canna Queen mad today? And
Yeah.
yeah, that's our um
I will say that the cup technology is seemingly pretty good. But I did see like maybe a single TikTok that said that the regular cup like prolapsed her. Yeah.
so
So like it's not
right.
even,
And and there are other women that do
no,
have
I would
conditions
throw up.
that don't even allow them to,
So what
yeah,
I'm
I can't.
saying is
Yes.
I don't want this anymore. I want to be done with it. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, can
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
listen? We've had a
Yeah.
great run, me and my uterus.
Right, right. I'm ready to move on from that relationship. There are
Yeah.
there is an actual podcast about cup usage. It is two women that try every single one and give their reviews. They have other women try them because we are not all built the same, y'all.
No, not at all.
And even some women cannot use cups, cannot even, and so
Their
there's a
shit is
whole
sitting funky.
other,
Like
yeah, yeah. So, and then,
being a
nothing's
woman
made
is
proof.
such a it's I mean, I love being a woman, but like
Love it. I love
such
being a
bullshit too.
woman.
Like
Alright.
ah, okay.
Ah! Okay, so moving moving into our next segment, we haven't done our national everyday education part. So I have not looked up any articles in regard to any BIPOC history. But we will be reintroducing that in February.
Yeah, I
We'd
feel
like
like
to get
we
that back
tripped
on our
into here.
segment. We did trip into the new year, like literally, I think. Um,
I don't even drink anymore. I don't even know how that happened. Like,
did you no magic into the new year? I did. So
did
just
I? Into the new year? I think I might have.
yeah,
I took them in several spaces that I was in and around the new year.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I was
Um,
yeah, magically delicious.
magically.
Shout out
So
MK.
I did look up, there's always National Awareness Month things going on because we have to talk about what people don't talk about. Um, Speaking, I guess our little thanks law deal that falls into it is Cervical Health Awareness Month. So,
Olive.
yep, learn about there's a link. Anyway, that's a
She's like, there's links. Just go find one. Fine. We're not going to do the work.
but be aware that women have cervixes and we have to take care of them. So women, get out there and take care of your insides.
So did you know that I have always done this every year or like every 6 months sometimes, because if there's like any kind of like abnormality, they want to see you in 6 months to make sure it doesn't get out of hand or out of control. But I went to the doctor yesterday and she said, do you want me to put you on a 1 year or a 3-year checkup schedule for your women's wellness? And I was like, what? 3 years? Like every 3 years, you gonna like, no,
Wish we
listen,
could get a medical card like that
no.
up in
I mean,
here.
that would make more sense, but not for my bag. I feel like, no, make sure everything's good to go all the time. Like, nah, we're gonna need to see each other regularly. Regularly.
Regularly.
I wanna
It is with that self-love, like take care of yourself. That's inclusive in that, but also make
Do
sure you're
a
taking care of
yoni
yourself.
steam every once in a while.
Does anyone know what a yoni steam is? We
Holler,
need to
holler.
have one of our
Goddess
guests on that.
Detox. Goddess
Yes.
Detox. I'm gonna reach out to her on Instagram. She even got like a whole like toilet seat where you like put the thing inside of the toilet and then you put your, so a yoni steam is just basically like an herbal steam of your junks. Ladies.
Yep.
I mean,
Keeps things
guys, you could
fresh.
steam your nuts too if you want to. But basically it's like you get like a packet of herbs and then, you put some hot steamy water in there and then you sit down with like a towel around you. I usually like do it on the floor because I don't have that special seat or whatever. But so yeah, you put a towel around you so that the steam doesn't really, it stays like where it's supposed to. Be careful, don't be too hot because you will burn your
Steamed
pussy.
nuts.
Yeah, steamed nuts. They'll be all flavored and shit because you got like rose and like
Oh my God.
I flavored my nuts for you, babe.
It
yeah.
is.
So.
It is National Glaucoma Awareness Month and National CBD Month, which go hand in hand.
Coming through.
Cannabis. Originally, the glaucoma is one of the literal qualifications on our Colorado acceptable blah blah blahs.
Acceptable blah blah blah. Health conditions.
Health conditions.
Medical conditions or whatever.
Or
whatever it's called.
National CBD Month. Pick up your Queen Kitty seltzer. Pop this kitty in your mouth.
Put it in your mouth. You'll love it.
I
know you've tried the rest, but this is the best. So
this is the best. Not only does it have no sugar, no THC, it has no yak in the back, so you're not going to get that green flavor that makes you want to drink something else right behind it. We also have little, you get pictures of us on there.
Yeah, and some little educational facts.
Factoids.
Yeah.
So you can go to queenkittyseltzer.com or visit solo.to/queenkittyseltzer and pick up all our links, follow, and our website has our merch on it too.
Check it out. Check
it out. You can pick up yourself a pint glass.
I forgot to turn my heater on. You could pick yourself up a magic mug. It's still heating up.
Oh, but gives a good representation though. The magic mug, it changes. Comes in as a solid black colored mug, and then as it heats up with your beverage of choice, it has a little Queen Kitty, pop this kitty design on it.
Yep. We got stickers, we got coasters, we got phone chargers, we got what do you want? We'll put it on there.
Yeah, we got leggings, we got men's wear, we got women's wear, we got dog. Only one doggy thing right now, and yeah. So it is all direct, So we don't house this inventory. It is print direct, and so we're gonna be working with some local and not local, but
yes, local.
Yes, local. Sorry. Well, I'm thinking my friend right now that she's not local to us, but local.
But
to
also
me
like
in
friends with small businesses and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, small business, women-owned business. But yes, if there is a Colorado direct company, let's talk. So we haven't found.
I think there is actually. Yet. I think we were just talking about that recently.
I know that there's a sticker company for sure. I know there's a sticker company in Denver direct. So we want to support local and small business, and so we are. We started where we started because that was the easiest route to go. But now knowing that we're just basing our selections on what's available versus using a company where like my girlfriend, she knows what the sweatpants feel like.
Yeah.
And that kind of such. So,
did you freeze?
Sorry. No, I mean my brain froze, but not my technology. But there are a lot of other things to be aware of this month. Mental Wellness Month, Poverty Awareness Month. Uh, we also we talked about eye care being part of its eye care month.
And dental.
And dental. Yeah,
Why isn't that including your regular healthcare?
Why?
Like your
Why?
eyes and your teeth aren't a part of your
Eyes and your
body.
teeth. Yeah. Yeah. And the teeth are it's super important for you to have a healthy mouth. I mean, it does directly like affect the rest of your system.
Look where
So
your teeth and your eyes are, and then tell me that an infection can't affect your whole life.
yeah.
Like your brain is right here, and then like your throat is right here. Like what?
What? It is National Stalking Awareness Month. So with that, Queen Kitty Seltzer, we are looking to we're going to start some safety training, sponsored courses. We're going to
I might see if he wants to start on our Discord in the mornings.
yeah, I think that getting in shape for it first, like we were
Yeah.
talking about, you can't just expect, so it's getting used to doing movement daily, those muscle memory
Yep.
actions, but also being strong, being able to, be physically prepared if someone were to take you
Right.
on,
Right.
and so we, I kind of forgot about it until but I had a weird stalking moment where someone like dropped gifts off to my front porch.
No.
And it was, and I was like, and it
Did
was
you know who it was?
yeah, it was a friend from high school that, and that we had reconnected on the Facebook, and it became a really weird, like, I had to block him, tell it, like
Boundaries.
and it was like, because I just looked back at our friendship in high school, and I love, it was a amazing friendship, and but then the whole, some of the things that just happened, it was like, nope, too much, can't do it. So
guys,
it is Walk Your Dog Month. I mean, it is walk your dog every day, so I don't know
you should walk your dog.
what you should. And dry January, a lot of people talk about dry January, so that is taking a break from the holiday, or from alcohol and other substances, to get clean. The holidays, we take in a lot of sugar, a lot of caffeine, a lot of other party favors, and so people like to do a dry January. So pop this kitty. This is a lovely replacement and everyday drink. So it's
So
a
good. It
lifestyle.
tastes like water, y'all.
Queen Kitty is a lifestyle. We're building on that. We're going to bring you some other lovely things you can incorporate to your everyday, coming soon. We're dreaming big, and we've got these on our we've got some visions.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Nope.
Stalkers are scary. I had one when I was a kid.
It's, you don't, sometimes it's not you don't realize it's happening until until it's so bad that what do
It's
you
an
do?
ick factor.
It's
Yeah.
an ick factor, and then there's no protections. There is no
None.
protections for
None,
it,
you guys. None at all.
unless they physically threaten you, and it has to be
or
proven.
If they can catch them in the act. Right.
Yes, so there has to be proof, and emotional that doesn't count.
And the thing is that we as women are taught from a very early age to be polite, to like defuse the situation and be polite. But sometimes with people like that who are, not maybe mentally okay, and they have this where they stalk people and whatever, if you're nice to those people, they take it as like a invitation to just bombard your life. So like you can't be nice. I stole this. This is not mine. It's from My Favorite Murder. If you like that kind of stuff, it's a comedy, but they also talk about true crime. Anyways, but fuck politeness. Like seriously, if your stomach feels any type of way about the situation, I'm gonna need you to listen to that, because that is instinctual. That's an
Your gut is
instinctual
your
feeling.
second brain. Your gut
Yes.
is your second brain.
Yes. Don't ever question it. And so what? And so what if you're wrong? So what if you're wrong? You hurt somebody's feelings, but you're alive and you're safe. And so like trust your gut, apologize later. Fuck politeness. Fuck it.
Fuck
Fuck it.
politeness.
Politeness doesn't.
Politeness where politeness is due.
I was I was
Or
18. I was 18 when it happened to me, and it was an ex-boyfriend, and we had like a tumultuous situation, like screaming at each other on the phone. I was probably a little younger than 18 actually. So screaming at each other on the phone, whatever, hanging up. If y'all don't know, we had phones on cords back then. So
you could slam it and it would ring.
Slam
too.
it. Ring. Yeah, it would be so loud, and it would be so loud in their ear. So like that kind of like relationship.
It's like this, y'all. This is a phone.
Yes. And you could slam that thing and they would get it in their ear. And so it was like that. And then finally, like we broke up, right? And I told him, which was the plan, which was the plan. I told him that I was moving to Texas. So I was supposed to move to Texas with my aunt and my cousins to just like take a break from all this bullshit. And then I ended up not going because my aunt found out that I had engaged in oral sex, not intercourse, but oral. And she found out because her daughter is a big mouth ass hoe. And look, I am not hating on nothing, but my cousin is a recovering addict with 2 children that, you know, she doesn't always get to see. So I'm just saying, maybe I was a good influence, and maybe I wasn't the bad influence. That's all I'm saying. But so I'm just spreading my family business out here. So then I ended up not going because we got in this big fucking fight about it, and then they left without me. And I know we're talking about Stalker Awareness Month, so we got to be aware.
Stalker awareness, yes.
So crazy. So I'm talking about my stalker story. So anyway, so I ended up not going to Texas, and ended up staying. And then I got a job in town. And what's up? And then I didn't let nobody, like, really, like, only a few people knew I was still in town, or if they saw me at work or whatever. But he found out, and he started coming to my job after I was like had just left or whatever. And then he would also, like, he had this Mustang, and he would like idle it outside of my house. So I would like hear, and then even if I called the cops, when they got there, he was gone. So there's nothing I could do about it. It was the craziest time. It was the craziest time. Once he found out I was back in town, oh man, I was like, man, I was so glad when I left that place.
And that's the thing with social media and the way that, well, you know, the phones, everything now. I mean, if you haven't watched You, like that says it all. And so, yeah, so sister.
So ladies, be careful.
Yeah, be careful.
And seriously, I know that this is going to sound whatever it sounds like, but like, seriously, you got to get strong. You got to be able to handle yourself in a situation where somebody is aggressing. And so we want to work on that. We're working on doing something with self-defense. But we might also, I'm just going to have to talk to a few parties about it, but we might also try to do like maybe a morning Discord every couple of days, and do like just a general strength workout. You know, this isn't about what you look like. It's about, are you strong enough to take care of yourself? Oh, because also this is not 1962. Just meet them at the venue. Okay, just meet them at the venue. Trust. Yeah, can I come pick you up? No, you cannot know where I live. Not at all. I don't want you by my house. Don't come over here.
Yeah, trafficking is a real thing, and
in a public place. Don't be going on a hike for your first date, because That's literally who else is there? Yes,
Unless it's a busy hike. There are
there are
share, I
some.
mean, and I, you know, like, and that's the thing. I have a shared location with, I think, you and sister and my mom, and you know, like, so there's, yeah, so there's a few that, and sometimes I'll do it for, you know, just for that time period, like that a day, you know, like, whatever. So,
And y'all tell Keith Morrison that there is no need to wait 24 hours. I'm a very communicative person. If you haven't heard from me when I said I was going to reach out to you, whatever, then we probably got a problem, especially if you're like an everyday person in my life. There's a problem.
yep. Picture of yourself with them at the location you're at, and you text it to,
Absolutely.
you post it on social media, like, hey, we're here, you know. And so stay safe, think smart, join our Discord. We do really want to build that back up, and get back in there, and
It's been
motivate
fun
each
lately.
other, yeah, to get strong. Like, we, you know, I think you and I started where we were working out together at some point, you know, just doing
Hmm.
our own thing, but, you know, just so you're not working out alone. But it would be awesome if we could develop, you know, yeah, with
And
the
don't feel like it would be an intimidating thing, because absolutely that's not the purpose of this. It
no,
You do
yeah,
things
just
at your
to,
own pace and at your own levels and everything. Our
you don't
purpose,
even have to be on camera, you know, it's just to be
right,
there with
right.
guidance for exercises that will benefit that muscle memory, and get you, you know, capable.
Right.
So
Yeah. It's
so yeah, it's, that's what we want to do. I don't
I
know.
love it.
I need motivation.
Squats are my
I
favorite.
need like, to, you know, but I don't want to go to a gym where I know I do find motivation, but I don't like being in that public meh. And so I say that I'm going to do things at home, and then I either do it for a minute and then fall off, or so,
To
um
motivate each other.
yeah, so that's a part of the Discord too. We want to be there for each other, support. Yeah, if you got something going on,
Yeah, we want to know about
we
it.
wanna know about it too, and support you, and you know, kind of be that you know, lift up chain. Uh,
So yeah, we'll look at doing some kind of schedule. We are on Mountain Standard Time, so we'll keep that in mind for those of you on the East Coast and on the West Coast. Um,
mhm.
but yeah, you don't even have to do any. I mean, honestly, sometimes people just came in and hung out with us while we did our squats and our whatever. So it's really, but we want to give you the confidence to be able to protect yourself, be strong enough to protect yourself in the event that something goes sideways. And
We should do
so,
it. We should do a dance party Discord.
okay, we can totally do that, but I do not line dance. I have a strong have a strong, hard stance against me line dancing. You could do it. You could do it. I'm gonna go freestyle this song. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why. I just like, I'm not doing the electric slide with y'all. Boogie woogie
No,
woogie.
no.
No,
We
I
do the
don't.
chicken dance. We do the
No,
chicken dance.
just like I have a hard line on it. I don't know why. My mom line danced a lot when I was a kid. That might be some of it. I just was like, I don't know why, because I love that she did it. I thought it was cool that she did it, but um, maybe because I see it as like a country thing. And when I was younger, I did everything to sound like I sound today. I could go back into my southern twang. I could do that. It's super easy for me to do it. But I tried I tried really hard, especially in high school, to not have an accent. And I lived in South Carolina. So imagine,
Yeah.
if you
Well, we,
will,
yeah, we
trying to
lived
not talk like everybody around you.
right, because your ear just kind of picks up on it.
And
In that sense. So
what had happened was, I know what happened is that I was watching something. I don't know what. I was watching something, and somebody, and doesn't even apply to women, okay? Because it's the opposite for women, but somebody said that Southern accent sounded stupid on TV. And I was like, "Oh no."
some people people find it endearing.
I
I don't
know,
know.
but like if you're a woman,
Right.
it is
Right.
like your most powerful weapon, honestly, is an accent. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's a Southern accent or something from up north. It doesn't matter. Like it is that is something that is like put it in your toolbox and use it. But I was a kid, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so then like as I've gotten older and through the years, I become a little bit more proud of where I came from, you know, not super proud because racist, but also like where did you come from? How did you grow? How are you honoring, you know, those who came before you or being better than, you know, changing the trajectory of your time, you know, whatever your ancestry line. I just stopped my ancestry line. They ain't going no further with me. But my point is that, you know, so when I heard somebody say that, and I probably heard it more than once, I made a real effort to not sound Southern. And it really pissed my grandmother off. And also that's probably why I don't line dance.
That come full circle. I didn't. I mean, they made us do it in 6th grade, and then they did square dancing or something, and it was like required.
Yeah, I remember they made us. You guys in the 80s. In the 80s, they made us do square dancing in our classrooms.
Yeah, it was like and again required. Like so. Anyway,
what is I always thought, even as a young child, I was always like, what is this going to do for me in my life? Square dancing.
Man. Yeah, dance party, not line dancing, dance party in the Discord, but yeah, like a freestyle. Let's get the you know, party started.
We could open the trim room.
Get our bodies moving. You know, I think that's what you know, a goal for this year is the whole just keep moving. We have to keep moving. Like when our body is hurt,
zombie apocalypse comes.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what I'm saying?
Also, Zombieland rules also apply. You know, like you gotta cardio, double tap.
Also, since I brought up the zombie apocalypse, I know I'm way behind you guys. I know this series ended like a couple of years ago, I think, maybe longer. But I'm watching, as some of you may well know, I'm watching The Walking Dead right now. We're in season 5. Fuck Eugene. Okay? Fuck him. Fuck his mullet. Fuck Eugene. He's a whole liar.
Yeah, we called
it.
And
I called it the second we met him. I said it the second we met him. That's not what he does.
That's not. He doesn't have a plan.
And I thought, this is weird, but I thought too, since they were so invested in him that they found him in a place that would make them believe his story. Like in a science center or a medical building or something. No, they found him in a old abandoned basketball court being chased by zombies.
No. See, I'm like, I guess I'm gonna be watching this at home by myself now. Cousin, that sounds awesome.
That is awesome. I need to schedule you.
Yeah, get you on the schedule.
Actually, let's just say Monday the 30th. The next Monday, we're gonna have you, if you're free, at your 6:20 Mountain Standard, or sorry, 6:20 East Coast time. If you're free on the 30th, we'll bring you on because let's talk about it. That's very, very cool.
That'd be awesome. Very good news. If you can, if they, I don't know.
Sounds good. Okay, so we have you on the 30th. We're gonna put you in. We're gonna make the flyer. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. Yeah. So fuck Eugene. That's all I have to say about it.
Um,
But it makes me think, like, I don't necessarily believe that it's going to be like a zombie land out there, but I will tell you guys, pay attention to what's going on in the world right now, because eggs are as much as fucking beef jerky, and that's not okay. That's not right. We're going into a recession, and it could be a pretty bad one because of the supply chain as well, not delivering. And says, show your hair again.
show my hair.
I don't know.
What?
So it's a little bit different, you know, and people are going to have scarce resources.
The top?
Oh yeah, because you got the zigzag thing happening.
Oh yeah, I did the zigzag
Look at you.
part today. No, it's the zigzag, sister. It's the zigzag part.
Yeah, you will never will I ever have that much patience to like even zigzag. I'm like, is it a center part or is it a side part?
Oh no, it with the finger. Done.
Oh.
But I did watch I don't even know what I was watching, but she did the whole like the severe zigzag and then the smooth back.
Oh man.
You know,
That's slick.
yeah, 90s revamp. I have headlines lined up if we wanted to
let's do a couple.
touch on some of those. So first one, the FDA released a final guidance for cannabis drug development as let's see here. I'll just read the title. It's from Marijuana Moment. It was from the 23rd. So FDA releases final guidance for cannabis drug development as advocates await hemp and CBD rules. So this is just essentially them going in and developing cannabis, it's guidance on developing cannabis-based drugs, outlining the process and unique considerations for scientists when it comes to hemp and marijuana. It's like
they're not different.
It's like, can we, like cannabis-based drugs, but then you're going to throw in marijuana right there. Kyle, come on, that he's our regular Marijuana Moment writer. So the guidance is titled Cannabis and Cannabis-Derived Compounds, Quality Considerations for Clinical Research. The agency previously released a draft version that went through the White House review in 2020. So part of the reason of the guidance is the federal legalization of hemp in the 2018 Farm Bill. They want to make sure that the protocol for drug development is different for that version of the cannabis crop than it is for marijuana.
Marijuana and cannabis are the same thing.
I know it has the same cannabinoids, y'all. So why is it different? What we're talking about here.
It's to cause confusion. It's to cause confusion.
And it's to say that, and then they're going to say, well, you can't use these other cannabinoids in hemp, or they're going to start building. They're trying to do this to divide and separate what, again. I think it's Connecticut that it's literally in there that the verbiage is that marijuana is an illegal substance and cannabis is medicine or science, or however they have it separated out in the sense of stop it.
Stop it. Like really stop it. It's like really, it's the same. Literally, cannabis is actually the correct term. Yes, and then they're already doing it.
So they're already doing it. We talked about, we had another headline where we talked about as the makers of Epidiolex already putting out cease and desist and lawsuits against companies that are developing cannabis medicine.
Not surprised.
And so being that cannabis still remains on the Schedule 1 for controlled substances, people have, the hemp industry is, doing what they can do with, the parameters that are around right now. So we have to be careful of that, and protect our capabilities as, producers and consumers.
Yeah.
This guidance outlines FDA's current thinking on several topics relevant to the development of cannabis and cannabis-derived human drugs, including the source of the cannabis for clinical research. This guidance is being issued to support clinical research for development of cannabis and cannabis-derived human drugs. That's from the FDA. They've made several non-binding recommendations for researchers interested in developing cannabis drugs that could go to market. The advice is intended to address the legal definitions and regulatory controls related to cannabis and to address certain questions raised about drugs containing cannabis.
I've been watching GW Pharmaceuticals do this for a while, so I've been saying this coming. And then with the Epidiolex, as far as like being able to put it out and being approved by the FDA for a cannabis infused or extracted product that also contains THC, that is FDA approved. The FDA has approved Epidiolex while we sit in this crazy limbo of legality between the states and the federal government. The FDA, a federally run program, has given its blessing to GW Pharmaceuticals for marketing a THC product gave them a different schedule. Schedule 5. Their Schedule 5 drug. Their cannabis, their Schedule 5 drug. And wow. It doesn't make sense to me. And then the reason the FDA is making these moves right now is because if you guys remember last week, I think we talked a little bit about it, and I have the printout here too that we got from the Marijuana Enforcement Division. But one of the things that the states are realizing is that the FDA is dragging its feet on making regulations around hemp. And so the states are like calling them out on it. Like, because the FDA has failed to act on this, we find it necessary to begin regulations for these in our state. So instead of it being, it's going to be like cannabis. So instead of you understanding the law from state to state, you will have to go into the state and figure out what the law is in that state. That's how it is with legalized cannabis, and that's how it's going to be with hemp. Whereas right now, we are legal in all 50 states, and there's a few we can't sell to because of their hemp and cannabis laws, but doesn't mean that they necessarily don't sell hemp products in the state, but they usually have to come from the state in these particular instances. I think one state has outlawed it, but the point is that we know from state to state that we can take our product and sell our product in that state for the most part. But when states start deciding on their own instead of taking a federal regulation and just kind of going with it, or maybe expounding on it, then we have all of these different laws from state to state that we have to follow, get licensed, like all of this stuff. It's about how much money are the people willing to spend to own a business, to sell it in our state, to produce it, to get it to the people. How much are the people willing to spend for the product that has been now increased in price because of all of the hoops you got to jump through in order to get it where it's got to go. So I believe in regulation. I think we're agreed on that, but also I would love to see a more uniform starting point, at least for hemp, so that we just can go and do our business right, like other businesses do their business.
Right. So they're, exactly. So they do kind of go on to talk about all of that. But also the, FDA's, so I'm just going to read this part too. There's also a new section of the guidance that addresses calculating THC to distinguish hemp from marijuana. FDA largely defers to DEA on the matter, but it also advises researchers to calculate the Delta-9 THC content in their proposed cannabis or cannabis-derived investigational drug product early in the development process to gain insight into their product's potential abuse liability and control status. It says, on. Even if the starting materials meet the definition of hemp intermediates or drug products that contain greater than 0.3% delta 9 THC by dry weight, may no longer meet the definition of hemp and may be considered Schedule 1 controlled substances. So this is the FDA coming in and talking about hemp now, and the other, cannabinoids that we are working with right now. So farmers and researchers have highlighted that concern and called for additional flexibility for the total THC concentration, as even environmental factors can affect THC levels and potentially push a legal crop into a controlled substance territory.
It can.
We can't control. This is a plant, y'all. As much as we want to control it, you can't. It is a weed. I'm okay with calling it a weed before, and so.
You know how you smoke marijuana and THC because you're stressed the fuck out and it helps relax you and bring you down from like an elevated stress level? Well, when the plant is stressed the fuck out, guess what happens? It increases its THC. So they're right. One bad storm can push their crop into an illegal crop. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
And we, as growers, we know that the light, heat, and cold can influence your plant on any given day. What you're growing it in,
pesticides are you using?
Inside, outside, bugs, and so that's where it's not just one ball, one plant. No. And so I'll get better about posting these articles now that I have them copied into our notes. I'll make sure that this is available on our Facebook page, and you can pick up these, and read the whole article.
Yeah.
Of what the FDA is recommending, and kind of just keep informed about how things are moving through. People, your representatives are talking about the regulations for CBD products, and what does that mean for your access? And
right.
Yes, we want regulations, but we don't want to over-regulate. That's the thing, is like we're talking about over-regulation in some areas where it's meant to drive money towards the state and not for the people,
and not for the patient, and not for the people.
And patient. Yep. And so there's something called the CBD Product Safety and Standardization Act that was filed in December of 2021. The sponsors sought technical assistance from the FDA to advise on key provisions, but 4 months after they sent the inquiry, FDA returned a one-page response that was simply a reformatting of a document provided to Congress over 2 years ago. Whatever that means, we'd have to go look for it. So,
wow.
Yeah. It's a good article. Again, it just makes you think. We have to be thinking about this on a national level, and then even what it means internationally. So that starts to open up, because it is, and why people aren't. I don't know. I know these representatives aren't worried about the plant itself, but that's what they should be worried about. And we're talking about all this, but.
Yeah, we're not hiring representatives that represent the people. And the reason we're not doing that, and the reason we don't have access to that, is because they don't experience what it's like to be the people. We were talking about that the other day. If you don't know what it's like to be poor, or you don't know what it's like to struggle to pay your rent, or you don't know, what it's like to even go into a grocery store where the fucking shelves are empty, then how are you going to represent the people that have to deal with that every day, which is a majority of the fucking people? I think that they should make the minimum wage in their state, because maybe then we would have better minimum wage. I think that they should also get the health care that's provided to the people in their state. So maybe we would get universal health care. And that's it. That's bottom line. Like, you can't, I'm not talking about median average either, because that could be a lot in certain, if you have a city like Richmond, for example, in your state, then there's money out in those spaces. There's money out in the Carolinas in those spaces, and that affects what the median wage is in the state. I'm saying you need to make what your poorest workers are making.
Right.
And if you can't pay your bills, guess what? Neither can they.
For your first term, or whatever.
For your whole term. It's not a job. It's not a job that you're supposed to get paid for. It's not like, I mean, you get paid for it, yes, but it's a public service job.
Public service job. I know.
It's not where you're supposed to
they
get
don't
rich.
treat it like this. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
At all.
It's got who you can rub out. It's all,
Right. Oh, it's 4:20 on the West Coast. It's 4:20 on the West Coast. Dun, 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 dun. So happy 4:20 West Coast.
Sister, I can't click on that link because it would take me out of the feed. So we'll have to figure out a different way to get it to us, or we'll read it on another show. The Florida licensing.
Definitely, we can definitely do. I mean, we talk about this stuff all the time. So
got another headline out of Denver. This is from kdvr.com. Research shows cannabis is not a gateway drug.
We've been saying it for years.
Now there's research to prove it.
Yeah.
CU Boulder actually did a study. It was published in the Psychological Medicine. It's an actual published paper. It's not just an opinion. It's not an opinion piece. If y'all want things like that, you can go to Google Scholar instead of just regular Googling. And that Google Scholar just pulls up any articles that are, done by, I forget, I'm sorry, none of the professional language is going into this, peer-reviewed articles and journals. When you search it that way, and then you know that it's not just an opinion piece. So
fuck the scientists.
Wow, 1 million. Wow. And what does that go back to? Does that go back into the state at all? Are they offering program? What the hell is going, where's that licensing money going to? That's just crazy.
His pocket.
Yeah, I was like, talk about that. So so vote, people, and not for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I can't believe Texas didn't vote for Beto O'Rourke. I'm still a little peeved about that. Like, I can't even understand it.
And for us, I mean, I guess for that, I don't know, whatever. Everyone has their reasons for voting, but go deeper, people. Look at the bigger picture. Don't just vote for yourself. Vote for your community. Anyway, sorry. This is actually pretty interesting. So, the study published on January 5th in Psychological Medicine said that despite many critics of legalization expressing concerns that cannabis is a gateway drug, research found no changes in illicit drug use after legalization. Instead, it may actually reduce alcohol-related problems. According to CU, the study also found no link between legalization and cognitive, psychological, social, relationship, and financial problems. We really didn't find any support for a lot of the harms people worry about with legalization. That's from the lead author, Stephanie Zellers, who began the research as a graduate student at CU Boulder's Institute for Behavioral Genetics. From a public health perspective, these results are reassuring, is what she said. Researchers for CU Boulder, the University of Colorado Anschutz Medical Campus, and the University of Minnesota took data from the Institute for Behavioral Genetics and the Minnesota Center for Twin Family Research to study 4,000 twins. Twins came from Colorado, and it just talks about our first.
The fun twin and the not fun twin.
Yeah, one's legal, one's not. Yes, it's exactly that. Researchers found
I don't want to be the not fun twin. I want to be the fun twin.
we are the fun twin. That's what Colorado is the first one, while Minnesota still remains illegal recreationally. Research found that identical twins living in states where cannabis is legal used it 20% more frequently. However, when they compared results and looked at cannabis use disorder, use of alcohol and illicit drugs and psychotic behavior, the research found no relationship to legalization. Our study suggests that we should not be overly concerned about everyday adult use in a legalized environment, but no drug is risk-free.
I mean,
Right.
we've said, we've said,
yeah.
we know not everything is 100%. It's not a cure-all. But it is very useful in a broad ranging list of ailments and illnesses. Generally speaking, most people can use it safely with very few incident, and that's if we're just talking like straight up flour. You know, obviously we have to be a little bit more careful about some of the other products we put out on the market, but
right, you can consume too much. You can
definitely can
overdose
overconsume.
on it, but
Overconsume. I would say,
overconsume.
yeah,
Overconsume. But it generally is, it's not lethal in that sense.
no,
So
yeah. I don't like that they attributed that one girl's death to cannabis, but I think it was more not like cannabis use. It was like being in an environment where there's hard to breathe, and maybe she had some lung issues. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything else on
yeah,
that
and
story, but
that's more of an
yeah,
OSHA concern more versus the plant itself and
right.
consuming the plant, um, and the other products.
Because I've
So
seen people, they have like severe, not too bad, like, but they get like a rash for sure. And then they sometimes they get like an allergy reaction where they like are sniffling and whatever through the whole process, because it's a whole plant with pollen and compounds and terpenes on it. And terpenes, as it turns out, are to help protect the plant, and part of the way that it helps protect the plant is it might cause a rash on your skin if you're trying to pick at the sticky ickies of it all.
it's like,
No,
these are
get out of here.
mine.
Get out of here.
So, that is again from kddr.com, and I'll get it posted. But I'm sure you could probably find the article and read more about. Actually, there's a link in there where you can read the article.
Your sister also just sent the basics of that article that she's talking about. Basically, Florida is going to be increasing their licensing fees to ridiculous amounts that are somewhat unattainable, I would say, for a lot of businesses.
60,000 per year to more than 1 million. How is that feasible? And I know it is for these big companies, but that's just crazy.
So the Florida State Department also published an emergency rule to increase the cost of license renewals from 60,000 per year to more than 1 million. The cost bumps come following complaints by Governor Ron DeSantis, a Republican, surprise, that Florida's cannabis companies were paying too little to operate in the state, considering that the licenses have sold for more than 50 million, a report said. A little bit did they do that to themselves.
Yeah.
A little bit did they do that to themselves, being greedy. Lil Bobby Customs didn't have to do with inhaling cannabis dust in a rolling room. Yeah, it had to do probably not just the dust, but like other particles in that room too. I've been in those rooms. Even with good ventilation, they get a little thick. And if she was already having like issues breathing with her lungs, that could have severely affected that. But it wasn't from consuming the cannabis in the ways that it's meant to be consumed. And so while I understand why they're maybe classifying it that way, I don't think it should be classified as a cannabis death, to be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know if Florida did that to themselves, but also Ron DeSantis is a complete shitbag. Stop voting for him. What the fuck is his appeal? Florida Clinical Trials Company testing first drug for people with cannabis use disorder.
What is cannabis use disorder? I have
It
not
means,
actually. I
Yeah,
actually
they're
haven't
just
read
saying that they
anything
had that
on.
basically they're addicted to it. That what they're using cannabis to the extreme that they don't that they might get ill or overconsume on a regular basis, and also that they might not be doing the things that they're supposed to be doing in life, taking care of their kids, going to work, blah blah blah. So it's like actually maybe feeding into they're probably depressed, by the way. It's probably feeding into the twice. It's so good you had to say it twice. um it's probably feeding into that. um yeah, I just yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um, what was I
but yeah, so they're saying that it's, like alcoholism.
Right. I mean, yes, I know that you can definitely overconsume, but no, I don't know how I feel about all that. That's not
I mean, is it a plausible thing? Yes. But also, do I think that now that there's a word for it, it's just going to be flung around.
right. Right.
Um, Everybody's going to have it. Miami-based clinical trial company Seagull Trials, which operates a network of South Florida clinical research sites, announced a phase 2B study to investigate a new drug designed to treat cannabis use disorder. There is not currently an FDA-approved pharmaceutical treatment for people experiencing cannabis use disorder, which is described medically as the continued use of cannabis despite psychological, physical, or social impairments. So yeah, it's saying, hey, you're addicted to it because you can't not
You
even though it
can't
does this
suppress
to you.
your need or your use for or to use it.
Right, right.
Um,
But then I don't think that's fair because some people do actually use it medically. Like, are we looking also in this study to investigate? Are we also looking at handicaps, disorders, illnesses? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've also worked with functional alcoholics that paid their bills and went to work and didn't beat their wives, but they were just drunk all the time.
right.
Yes. Also, yeah, little Bobby Customs.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's frustrating. Does it exist? Yeah. I mean, people experience, I don't want to call it addiction because literally the addiction is psychological.
They're saying
Um,
reliance on cannabis. They're using a reliance.
right. So addiction in terms of cannabis, um, is psychological. So what that means is that if you're addicted to alcohol, if you're addicted to food, if you're addicted to some kind of pharmaceutical drug, if you're addicted to some kind of heavy street drug, all I would say I haven't heard of a single drug outside of like cannabis and mushrooms um, that your body physically craves it so much so that you can't uh, function without it. Like you can't stop thinking about it. It makes your body hurt and ache. Like you literally can't function. Like
Yeah.
physically cannot move. It causes nausea and vomiting. That is a physical addiction, and those things happen with the foods that we eat, the alcohols that we drink, with the pharmaceuticals that we take, and with also some street drugs as well. Cannabis is a psychological thing. So if I stop using cannabis right now today, aside from like any illnesses that I'm treating, okay, if I'm treating an illness with my cannabis, those symptoms of that illness are likely going to start coming back. But outside of that, there's not going to be some new thing that I have to deal with because I'm detoxing off of cannabis. My brain might be like, you want this, and there may be reasons for why my brain wants it. But
It's an emotional too, I
yeah,
think, you know,
but like
for
physically speaking,
mhm.
if there's nothing, it like say you're not treating anything, but maybe like some, it just makes you feel good. Let's pretend there's a human on earth that uses cannabis to just feel good and for no other reasons. I would say that's stress relief, but anyways,
Yeah,
let's
anxiety
just
relief.
pretend that it's not medicinal at all, right? If that person stops using the cannabis, then their body's not going to come up with some reason why they need to try to use this drug, right? They're not going to start getting nauseous because it's not in their system. They're not going to get the shakes or have body aches because it's not in their system, sweats because it's not in their system. Alcohol addiction and other pharmaceutical and hard drug addictions can lead to death just from a detox when you're trying to stop using it.
Yeah. Don't cold turkey it. Those that you can't. That's a shock to your system that you know, it's not supposed to be done that way. Like it's when you're
Um,
that
we can go all the way into like even cigarettes have that same effect where your body reacts in a certain way because your body is addicted.
chemically. Yeah.
Your body needs it because your body's now addicted to it. It's like, I want it. Right?
Yeah.
Same sugar, you guys.
I mean, and you know, I guess I use cannabis in that sense of like I want that pain relief. I want that you know, yeah, I don't want to feel
Mental, like,
all the things that I use it for um versus a pharmaceutical. You know, and yes,
yeah,
I do believe too, though, if you don't have access to cannabis, you have to have other lifestyle, you know, things that also take care of your mental health and physical health, that can contribute to, you know, what ails us. So, um, cannabis isn't the end all be all, and so I don't know. I guess
sometimes it
because I've
doesn't work for
always
people.
sometimes it doesn't, you know. Um, yeah, same when I think about like I don't edibles don't affect me necessarily like other people. It affects other people, but
Yeah,
not that they're not benefiting my body. You know, it's
right. Just because you can't feel it doesn't mean it's not working.
exactly, exactly. So it's not, but also I don't like edibles for some of the sugar content. You
Right.
know, get all of my I get plenty of sugar in some of the other things that I consume, which I'm like I probably should just go ahead and stop this and find an alternative to what, you know, why I like these things.
Find it, I think it
Chocolate
is before.
chocolate is always going to be healthy, so I'm going to always include chocolate
Not
in my
always,
diet.
though. If it's dark chocolate,
Not
then
I'm
yes,
gonna
but
say not a Snickers or not a Reese's, but like
but did you
but
know
like a
that
Ghirardelli or a
but did you know that I hey, somebody check me on this. If I'm wrong, I'll admit that I'm wrong, but I feel like I read somewhere that a Snickers bar has like a day's worth of like the necessary nutrition that people
because of the
so they
protein.
they will give it to people that are in starving situations or malnutrition situations. If you're like hiking or something like that, it has like the energy function there or something. I don't know. Anyways, I might be talking out of my ass, but I feel like I read somewhere or I saw somewhere that Snickers bars actually have a lot of because they have peanuts in
Yes.
them. It's milk chocolate. So the milk chocolate is the problem, right? Dark chocolate, which I do not enjoy as a food product, um, is is the better chocolate to
Yeah.
eat.
They do make dark chocolate Snickers.
They
Um
do. But I guess there's something the nougat has something going on in it
yeah,
anyway. So it like
interesting.
those commercials like eat a Snickers, like you'll feel
Yeah,
I feel like there's actually some truth to that. I feel like there's actually
interesting.
some little bit of
Interesting. I
truth to
like
that.
it. I like it.
Wherever
I like
starving to death,
I
eat a fucking Snickers, y'all. Just fucking pound them down. Just kidding. There's a lot of sugar. There's a lot of
yeah,
sugar in
it's
that.
and I'm
It's
probably
not your
too though,
everyday
that's
go-to, but it could be a useful as a survival mechanism in a sticky situation. A ranking by 3 nutritionists, Snickers bars were cumulatively rated as the healthiest candy bar.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you're gonna get down on one, that's the one. And if you do the dark chocolate one, even better.
Even better.
So I'm just telling you guys what I know.
Yeah.
What I do also know is that I've got a massive headache.
Yeah, we can start wrapping it up. There's a headline from today from out of New York. What just happened?
What just happened?
Nothing. My article. I hit one of my links. Um,
Oh, it provides a rich amount of energy and protein, and the nuts in it are good for the body. See, I know what I'm talking about a little bit sometimes. Thank you. Thank you for fact checking that. Appreciate you, Marla.
See, she can be our Marla. She can
Yeah.
do things like
No,
this.
Marla. Like, yeah, she'll be our
And
Steven.
sister.
So yeah, what is that article from New York, or did you get it open?
So yes, this one's from the New York Times, and it's in regard to dispensary licensing. So the headline is New York State convicted him. Now it's made him a weed pioneer. Roland Connor became the first person with a criminal conviction to open a licensed cannabis dispensary in New York with the state's help. It's a article in terms of like Roland Connor's first foray into the weed business as a teenager in the early 1990s resulted in a string of arrests and convictions on possessions and other charges. So it's written very.
Yeah.
He is now turning 50 and returning to the industry, this time with the state's full support. He grew up in public housing in Queens, opened a dispensary on Tuesday in Greenwich Village under a state initiative to give people convicted of offenses related to cannabis a head start in the newly legal business.
See, this is all we have to fucking do. This is literally all we have to fucking do. Expunge their record and fucking give them a little bit of a leg up so that they can fucking you took their life away for a plant that you're making money off of now. So like get bent if you can't fucking expunge these records and help people get into the business if that's what they so choose.
His license store is called Smacked! Exclamation mark.
I love it. Feels
And
violent.
it's the second store to open since the legalized recreational cannabis in March of 2021. He is the first entrepreneur with a marijuana conviction to open a dispensary as a result of the initiative.
That's beautiful.
It's being watched across the country.
Yeah.
The other dispensary is owned by a nonprofit.
Let me tell you this, y'all are literally keeping us from the best medicine we could have in our hands. Some of these guys are growers that grow some of the best shit ever. And some of them are sellers who can sell they could sell you an umbrella on a sunny day. I don't know what a good analogy for that is, but the point is that you're taking that talent out of our pool, and then no offense to anybody that is working in the industry. I know you guys work hard, and I know a lot of people listening to the show make it their mission to educate themselves so that they can pass on something truthful. But also when we exclude these people, we also get people who don't, they're just in it for what they're in it for, the money. They're in it for the money. They're in it because they want to say they're cool because they're a grower now, I don't know. First of all, you're not a grower until your head grower tells you you're a grower. So just take that word out of your vocabulary. Or you're an apprentice under somebody until that person tells you that you're master grower. Then, listen to your sensei. Okay. Is all I'm saying.
Yes. And that's again, you have to have a good plant to have a successful, continuing successful business. You can keep, there are some shops out there that will get duped tourists that just come in and they want that, whatever, when it first goes, whatever, we all know. But, sorry, lost my train of thought.
No, when new things come out, they just get caught up in the brand name of things. People that are experiencing cannabis for the first time really do drive this kind of a type of market. But I would really love to see us be able to put our former ex-convicts, in the spotlight for sure.
Yeah, I would
But
also
they've
like, so
lost their
they're
lives. They lost their lives to a plant.
right. It shouldn't, there should be like an automatic clause in every, for exactly this. Or with the, and I think I did see another normal article about, they're saying, 3,000 plus expungements happening in Missouri right now, and so we can.
But also, by the way, thank you for bringing that up. It's not automatic. Like
It's
people
not, and
are having
so
to apply for expungement.
what
You
so
sold
it's
it
like,
as an
yeah,
automatic, and it's a manual. Okay. It's
yeah.
fucking,
And so I think we did to go over some numbers of the actuality of the situation. So that was just, but I want to just kind of point out some things from this article. And this was written by Ashley Southall. She, and um, it's a pretty good article, but what I was kind of looking, as I'm looking at it, is that one of the things that we come up against as we're legalizing and everything is that, and then but it's the spaces to grow, the uneducation of the communities, the stigma that still surrounds it. And so it's like we're full force heading with this business and this capitalism, but we're not making anyone comfortable about the situation. There's still the hesitations for, communities of color where this has been, this is a reason why families are broken up.
yeah.
And why, and so then again to keep them out of the industry that put them into, jail in the first place. So it's just, it's fucking ridiculous. And so that's what there, she talks about in the article, the challenges of this, landlords that are resistant to leasing it out to the industry, so community support, people have to be, this should be like, yes, let's do this. Let's all, kind of prosper from this. We don't have to outprice everybody, which is what everyone does. Oh, the cannabis industry, we're going to charge you extra. We're going to charge you more, knowing that you're going to make millions of dollars, because
And then get mad when we grow it at
that's what
home.
all of the reports say, is that the state made billions of dollars. Well, that's the state. It is not necessarily the companies or the license, the employees of the industry and the backbone of the industry making those billions of dollars,
Right.
y'all. So let's keep it in perspective.
Yeah.
When you see those headlines. It's great. Yes, this is
what are they using it for?
What are they using it for?
Let's talk about what they're putting it into, because I have driven over some questionable roads in Colorado.
I think too, I don't know. I remember when I first moved up here, like there was never an issue with the roads in terms of it being cleared when it was snowed. Those plows were running.
There's a shortage.
And now, yes, and exactly. And now there is, I think, just capability to drive.
Shortage of drivers. Yeah, people who know how to drive those plows. Those things are ginormous.
Yep.
And it's cold outside.
And it's cold.
I'm not doing it. My dog is losing her whole mind right now. She's barking at something. I don't know what.
Yeah. I don't know. We're going to post this article as well. But yeah, check out if you're in New York and want to support Smacked and
Smacked. I like the name.
Yes. Smacked and Roland Connor.
I don't know what that means. Oh, what? Never mind. Yes, I do. Sorry. Maybe a little bit. Is he out of the hospital? Or is he still? I think he's out of the hospital now. I feel like he'd be all right with a joke or two. So let's do a would you rather, because I am feeling quite under the weather today.
You're starting to decline.
Yeah, I'm starting to fade. So so let's do.
That's perfect. I'm not perfect at that, but
yeah,
we're good.
I think that the last one. I don't know, maybe. Okay, this one here. Okay, so would you rather Would you rather only be able to use a fork, never a spoon, or only be able to use a spoon, never a fork when you're eating?
Spoon.
Because soup is important.
Well, you
But
can
then what
drink
if you're
soup.
trying to eat noodles, though? What if you're trying to, because I love noodles.
Fingers.
I guess, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. Listen, Americans don't eat with their
Chopsticks.
fingers.
Chopsticks.
Americans don't eat with their fingers nearly enough. They don't. But wash your hands. But if you go to other countries, a lot of people eat things with their hands.
Right. Yeah. I mean, in Nepali, Ethiopian, are two that I mean, thoroughly enjoy, and they don't have utensils.
On a spoon? Yeah, your right hand, by the way, too. There's very little action for your left hand, even if they're washed, because there's a culture and custom that this is the hand that you wipe your ass with, and this is the hand that you eat with.
What if you're never mind. What if you whatever.
I don't know, it's a cultural thing. I don't know. I don't want to like. No, you have a choice. You have a fork or a spoon. Those are your choices.
No sporks, no
sporks,
spoons.
no chopsticks,
no chopsticks. Okay.
No, your utensil is a fork or a spoon only, ever. I used to hate eating with a spoon, but then
I'm saying ice cream. Yeah, you can't eat ice cream with a spoon. I mean, with a fork.
I've eaten ice cream with a fork, and actually,
you can. But what about the melted part? I mean, when you lick it, I guess you could lick it.
You
I
could
don't
drink
know.
it.
I like to. I guess you drink it. What?
Yeah, you can use this. Did you guys see?
Yeah.
Did you guys see? There's a TikTok where this man cut his child's hair with a spoon. Yes, there is.
That's abuse.
No, I mean, I don't know. He did a good job. I mean, it looked really good. I don't know if it's abuse, but it was interesting. Like he used the side of the spoon to like cut his child's hair. That's
like, I guess I'll have to watch it because I don't get it.
He did a nice fade. He cut a little design in the side of the head right here. You know.
But you can drink soup.
You could drink soup, but but what if it's like, I'm just worried about the noodles, but I feel like you can figure out the noodles somehow. You don't believe me? It's on there. I just saw it. He's gone viral for it.
I haven't been on the socials lately. I've just been, I don't know.
You can modify the spoon. And you can use that to cut things also easier, I think, than a fork. I think a spoon would be the way to go.
Edge. Yeah, I'm agreeing with the spoon too.
The only thing I'm worried about is whether or not I'm going to be able to eat my spaghetti with it. And if not, I guess I'm just going to not use utensils to eat spaghetti.
No.
I feel like noodles is the only drawback to a spoon. You can eat like literally everything else with a spoon. But noodles.
I guess you could just scoop up a whole wad and try to shove it.
Did you know? First of all, did you know? Let me tell y'all some cultural stuff. It is probably most of y'all knew this, but it is rude to leave your chopsticks sitting in the bowl with it sticking up like that. You're supposed to place them across the bowl, not inside of the bowl. So it's rude. It's rude to do that, to just leave your chopsticks in the bowl like that. In some Asian cultures, like Japan. Can you use two spoons? Probably.
There are images of that. Is that rude?
Yes. I also watched a TikToker the other day that made a little ramen bowl with the chopsticks sticking out of it, and somebody pointed that out to her, which is true. I was in Japan. This is a true statement. And so she chopped the chopsticks out. It was like an acrylic piece. She chopped the chopsticks out of it and placed them across the bowl. I know.
and gave me some bowls that it has a hole and a resting divot, so that you stick the that way. So it's
So it goes
implied
across
that
the
that's
board.
how. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so also slurping your noodles is not rude in Japan. I don't know about other Asian cultures. I've been to Japan, but slurping your noodles is actually not rude. Slurp, slurp, slurp.
Listen,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are know more about Asian culture than me. So, I mean, being that we grew up in Oklahoma and Florida,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
But yes,
It's the gives and takes of life.
yes.
But yeah, I always find that kind of stuff interesting. So like in some spaces in Germany, belching after a meal is considered like uh like a compliment.
Complimentary, yeah.
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 Mhm.
Yeah, we can tell you about Oklahoma culture.
Right. I would definitely want to do a spoon in that scenario. Let's do one more
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then we'll roll it up and I won't forget the woo woo
Five,
this
five,
time.
five. Oh, I have a new woo woo without me talking in
Oh,
it.
cool. Yeah. I have a couple on here, so let's see. Would
I like
you
the last one.
the last one? Okay.
Mhm.
Would you rather never have a toilet clog on you ever again or never have the power go out ever again? That's a hard one because what if you're in a like what if you're at somebody's house
That's the worst. That is the worst. I
and you
have had it
clog their
happen.
toilet?
Yep, it has happened. Oh yeah, I would have. I think I would rather have never have the power out ever go out again.
I think I would like to have the power never go out again too. That's a security thing.
Yeah.
And you can fucking plunge a toilet.
Yep.
God, I hope they have the plunger in the bathroom. It's the worst when they don't have the plunger in the bathroom. So you can't even fucking fix it. And then they come in to help you out or whatever, assess the situation. And there's just like a
Nope.
bunch of,
I'm like, bring me the plunger. I will take care of it.
I know, I won't even let them come in my hotel if it happens.
Nope. Leave it outside the door. I got it.
I mean, for
Mhm.
real, you don't even
Mhm.
need to see what's
Mm-mm.
happening in here.
Nope.
Carry
Nope.
matches.
That is true. That is so true. And I do, and then always forget. But and I have matches in all of my bathrooms too. Like, and don't, yeah, but they're not visible. So it's like because you're like, why do you have matches in your room?
I have
Well,
poopery in the bathroom. So if you have a problem and there's a
I always,
plunger,
again, the
the poop
always
spray,
it's the
the
poopery.
poopery.
You're supposed to spray it before you poop. But it's like sometimes, do you have time to do that?
Um, I spray it
I know.
in process of sometimes.
Mm,
Um, so I will like pump it, and then get wide enough that nothing's touching anything, and then just get a quick spritz in there that doesn't hit my skin and just gets in, and then that's good. You are supposed to do it before you start, but sometimes emergencies happen. Or
yeah.
you could lean up and spray it behind you, but don't touch nothing with the bottle because that's gross.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Katie's eating her
But it
bone.
works. It works if you get in there and realize that, like sometimes you get in there, right, and you don't even realize that that's what's going to be happening. And once you realize that that's what's going to be happening, then you can like assess and do what you need to do. Sometimes I spray it in the air too because
It smells good.
it's a deneutralizer, y'all.
Yeah.
I carry it in my car. I carry it in
The
my
only thing is you have
car.
to be careful on fabric because it has the oils in it.
Yeah, but I have leather seats and I don't spray it on the seats. I just spray it like in the carpet. I know everyone does it. Well, some people have to do it in a different way because they don't have a butthole anymore. But we could talk about that on a different show.
Yes, there is a book about it, and you still have to get rid of the poop out your body.
Yeah, you have to get that shit
I
out.
I have talked about the poop song before. And I'm still trying to get the whole song. I'm we might have to just continue to make it up. but back in the 80s, my mom worked for a holistic chiropractor, and we had a holiday party at our house, and the chiropractors got up and talked about the different types of poop and smells, and how it correlates to the health of our body.
Yes, your poop is very important. Listen, if you don't take a good look before you leave, you don't give a shit about your health.
Like this is, I can sing. I mean, I can't sing, but I can sing these lyrics my sisters put. If it stinks, you're sicker than you think.
Or you ate garlic that day.
If it floats, I don't know. Anyway, that and that is
I
it.
do love the conversations we have.
It is a indicator of your health.
This is the what is the name of this segment called? Hold on, let me look. Let me look at the name of this segment is called Let's Get Uncomfortable. Thanks, Marla.
I don't remember that one.
We should announce that she wants to do a show about it. I want to do a show too. Let's do a show about uncomfortable shit, and not just shit, but other shit.
Yeah, we have discussed. Maybe even maybe that could be a can of corner thing, you know,
It's
like
good. Not taken in here. The poop closet.
Queen.
Did you guys know? Listen, did you guys know that people listen, have we talked about poop knives?
I don't know if we've talked about it on the show. I know I've had conversations about it because it makes me want to vomit.
That is a legendary tale. Okay.
I think there have been people that have said, "Yep, got one."
I do have a headache, but also okay, you guys. You ever have a monster poop that just won't go down the drain and it happens to you all the time? Well, that's what the poop knife is for. Literally look it up on the internet. It's a large knife-like never clog a toilet again. I've also never had a need for a poop knife, but yeah, they exist.
I have once where I did.
Oh, you saw one in person?
I passed one in person. I almost died.
Oh, no.
And I called my boyfriend in and was like, "Look at this."
Oh no.
And he congratulated me.
No. Why? Don't put your poop on social media. Don't send unsolicited dick pics, and do not put your poop on social media. I feel like that's a rule. You should have that as a rule.
No.
If I'm scrolling and I see your poop I will be so mad. So fucking mad. Anyways.
Okay, so
when it's perfectly circled. Okay. I love y'all. I love that y'all hang in with us. As always and every day. Oh, come on.
There is actually a list of the different types of poop. I used to have it. There is a different poop song. Oh my gosh, I think I have a recording of my friend singing it.
That's even better.
I will have to find out where that is at.
That's even better. You guys, be nice to yourself. Put your mask on before assisting others. Yeah, it's important.
It is. It's super important. Cultivate love. Bring it to you. You do deserve it. We all deserve love. And if you don't have it or don't think you have it, reach out to us.
You do.
We'll send you some.
Everybody deserves love, love.
Yep. And as always,
stay lifted. I was just reading Marla's comment. I'm bringing my whole self to this show. Please do.
You're gonna come on as a producer. I'm gonna make you do that.
Yeah,
now.
she's gonna make you do it. See how that works out. Okay,
you
you guys.
Ask you to do it.
Oh, one quick note. So, we're gonna have Lil Bobby Customs on Monday. Excuse me. We have Lil Bobby Customs on Monday. So come give him some of your support. We're gonna share that flyer as soon as possible. So make sure you share it with all your friends. And then also on Wednesday, we're gonna be traveling down to Durango. So while we still intend to do our absolute best to have a show, we're not going to do any guests that day. It's going to be because we want to give our undivided attention to somebody that we're bringing on. So we don't want to be tired from travel when that happens, if we can help it. There are going to be some instances where we can't, but we actually know the guests that we were going to have on Wednesday. We moved them to the following week. And we would never want to disrespect anybody in that way. So we want to have our full attention. So yeah, join us for Monday's show, where we're going to have Little Bobby Customs. And then on Wednesday, we'll just have a quick smoke sesh with y'all. And then we'll be back before the next week. So it will be fantastic. Have a great night, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Love yourselves, as we say. Stay lifted, as we say. Woo, woo, woo. We'll see you guys on Monday. Love you guys. Peace out.